Alright, so I couldn't get the recording to start soon enough. We have a volume imbalance, bullish breaker. We're inside of a 5-minute fair value gap. So I'm gonna buy, if it can touch the bottom end down here, I'm gonna buy that. I'll go in with 8 contracts. This right here, I'll explain to you if I can get the fill. Right now I'm more focused on that because it could run away without me. Likely to trade up into 40.57 and a quarter, and then 40.59 and a quarter. So I'm watching. Come on, give me the low end of that fair value gap. Just touch that bottom orange level. Just touch it again. That's all I'm asking you to do. And I'll do the rest. Come on. Just a little bit more. Don't run yet. Come on. Drop down there and touch that lower orange level. There you go. Thank you. And we will put a stop loss below the volume imbalance, which we've already traded to. Right here. I was trying to be live in the recording as I hit that and go long there, but it's okay. Now we have this breaker, which is low, high, lower, low. Split that range in half. What do I mean by that? From here to here. 53 and a quarter is permissible. So I can take my stop loss. If we take this high out, the short-term high has to be broken, then I can raise my stop to the bottom of the breaker here, which will still be below mean threshold, which is 53 and a quarter. See that red level right here? That's half of that. So even though it can come into this range, I don't want to see it go below that level right there, okay? So you're right, that's permissible. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I'll add to it there just to prove that it's okay. Now I want to see price repel from that breaker and aggressively go through this high and leave the 5-minute fair value gap, which I'll show you in a second here. Bear with me. So these two orange levels here, they are anchored on this right here. So that candle's low, that candle's high. So we drop back down to a 1-minute chart. So my core position is 40.54 even. It's got to trade to 40.59, and I like to have a quarter point more to cover fees and commissions. So it would be 40.59 and a quarter. That's what I'm looking for. So that will be 5 handles on the morning session using the opening range and gap protocol that we have a lower gap opening for 9:30. So we'll see what we get in regards to that panning out or not panning out. Basing around the order block, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 candles down. Market should not go below this low. We went to a volume imbalance, which is here. Relative to this low, that high, we went to equilibrium to discount. We should expand up. I want to see large candles expand up into 40.57 and a quarter, reaching up into that 3 o'clock in the morning fair value gap I told you on Twitter to annotate, which is up here. That shaded area. I sent that on the Twitter. All right, see how we had this little gap here? Price will want to come back down and fill that in. That is a real liquidity void right there. Right there, that's a liquidity void. And I will buy more if it trades into it. I'm not so interested in seeing it now. I can, but I want to see it now, specifically aimed for that 59 and a quarter level and ultimately reach up into 61.50. I'm going to try to leave 2 on for that price, 41.61 and a half. Remember the levels here? That's that 5-minute fair value gap. We're above it now. So they tend to act as what? If the narrative is correct and it's bullish and we're above a fair value gap, they'll act as you would expect. You know, classic support and resistance that hardly ever works. This is what you're going to be looking for support. So notice we have several factors here. We have this high and this low from the 5-minute fair value gap. So midpoint of that is consequent encroachment, which also has a volume. I'm sorry, not a volume. It has a real liquidity void, a gap, an actual gap. There's no wicks at all here. Let me take that off for a second so you can see. There's no price at all here between this close and this open. Also, we have this down close candle prior to what? The displacement above the short-term high. So you have a bullish order block. So you have several things here that are constructive for another buying opportunity. So watch that level there. And if you can hit it, I can do another long pyramid, hit this and fill in that little liquidity void right there, which will be basically the upper portion of this order block here. So mean threshold would and should be respected there. But there wouldn't be anything wrong essentially with touching the lower end of that fair value gap on the 5-minute chart as well. So here we go. Come on, just a little spike down in that little gap there. Boom, there you go. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Now you can go higher. Stop, still down here. You want to see large ranges run right up into 40.59 1/4. And then I can do my moves like Jagger. Remember I mentioned how we could touch the bottom end of that fair value gap on the 5-minute chart. We got that here. Look at the reaction. Now I'm doing all this over one chart. There's not, just because I have a lot of monitors doesn't mean I'm monitoring multiple positions and doing it both directions. It takes a whole lot of energy and focus to just do this. And while I think I'm above average, that would be above my pay grade. I can't focus on that many things moving. So we're going to be doing, let's see, we got 14 contracts. Let's take 5 off. If we can hit the 40.59 1/4 level, so that would give us 5 handles for the morning with using the 5-minute fair value gap I used as a draw on liquidity made public on the Twitter feed. Just about 30 seconds or so from the opening. Mean threshold, remember that 54 level down here? It's all part of stop management. 15 seconds opening. Everybody wants to sell short. Excuse me. And they're going to get their faces ripped off here. And launch higher. Rip it up there. Fair value's up here. Come to daddy. Come to daddy. Oh, this is so fun. Remember I said we can go down to what? Mean threshold here. And it's exactly where we went to. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, 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 yes. And I think I just went negative on, yeah, I did one contract over. That's okay. And there's the business.